So how do you feel about this, Stav? How's it going?
Pretty good. I think, we could pick it up probably.
Yeah.
I want to ask about dominatrixes probably next in a second.
That would be a good idea. We could do that. We always talk more about Brachy.
We probably could have gotten more into Baltimore, that weird period of time in Baltimore where you were a big-time alcoholic and you were...
I mean, I was a big-time alcoholic, for years.
Yeah, well, but I knew you then when you were...
yeah.
There's plenty of...
Oh,
this is a nice little mid podcast check-in.
It is a good mid podcast check-in. This apartment is so nice. I'm like, just so relaxed.
Incredible.
We usually do it in your shitty office, where I'm thinking about getting all that free cereal. Right. That woman so badly wanted to kick me out last week.
Yeah.
Excuse me, who are you here with? She asked me that like 3 times.
They barely want me there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. He has this fucking dumb job at this office in Midtown. So yeah, you can tell him. I guess.
Yeah, I work for this company. They're trying to do a comedy. They're trying to launch a comedy site, but the rest of it is all clickbait. Like they all do, just the worst parts of the internet. They're just ripping off anything that's successful. They just do their own version, and it makes the sad part is that's what makes the most money. It's not original content. It's just taking other ideas and retreading them. But most of the people there are just like, it's coders, it's advertising people, it's like professional people, and it's like
the company is like what are their main thing is like programmatic ad sales or something. It's an advertising company, and then I think what their main thing is they find like media outlets or websites, and then they tailor like ad content for those sites. Oh. But then to make more money, they said, well, why don't we have our own proprietary sites,
right? And
then put the ads on there. And then one of them is like an onion or like
and then they're turning into a comedy. But whatever. What matters is that most of the people there are real people with real fucking jobs and shit. And then we come in every once in a while with dog T-shirts, and Mullen's wearing a Mountain Dew sleeveless tee, and they're just trying to kick us out. We do the podcast there, and it's like, clearly we don't belong there. Clearly this is, we're the people that are just working for the comedy site and doing a cum podcast in one of their conference rooms.
But I'm surprised with the internet and stuff. There's so many people that work on it that don't wear a suit and a tie. Like I'm surprised they're not used to that dynamic of, somebody who's a different or odd coming in. I mean, it's not that uncommon with the fucking web.
Well, it's mostly because like I'm screaming in the kitchen or whatever. Yeah, she got mad at me because Adam said that Adam told this story about he's like the other guy we do this podcast with. Adam was like watching. Because now his friends listen. I can't tell this. Well, whatever. He said he overheard like some girl. He's watching like Game of Thrones with some girl, and the episode ends, and the girl was like, "It's just so cool that we like all get to be a part of this like cultural event together." It's like a cultural movement. She was referring to Game of Thrones as like a cultural movement. And then, we were like making fun of her in the kitchen or whatever. And I was like, yeah, like, how like Dr. Martin Luther King wrote Game of Thrones. And the receptionist was like, she's like a black lady. And I saw her like fucking snap and look at me as soon as I said Dr. Martin Luther King.
You're just taking free cereal. It's 6 p.m. You're loading up on their breakfast cereal that they have there and eating and drinking coffee.
That Special K they have there. And she asked me like 3 times. She's like, who are you here with? Does he know you're here? And almost kicked me out.